Ladies and gentlemen, you know that song, all I do is win, 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 no matter what? That's all Trump does is win, 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 no matter what. Hit subscribe to this channel. We celebrate every evening at 10 p.m. Eastern. We have viewers from Australia, Korea, the UK, the Philippines, around the world, Canada, Nigeria, Sweden. We have such a great time at 10 p.m. Eastern because we just celebrate winning. Be here on this channel. The link will be below. We'll celebrate tonight. $279 million slashed from the initial $454 million judgment against Trump. So he just made you could say, he gained or made or was able to save $279 million. They're not going to touch his properties. He'll find a way eventually to try to find some way to get that $175 million back. Maybe the High Court of Appeals in New York will reduce that judgment even more. But he just was able to slash $279 million from the initial judgment of $454 million. He won a huge appeal today. Like I said, he would be here tonight for the live stream, and we'll celebrate and talk about also the $3 billion. So I just showed you numerous articles behind me on the $454 billion getting reduced by 60+%. Now you have CNN Business. Trump is about to get $3 billion richer after the Truth Social deal. I've talked about that numerous times. And I've been ahead of the curve, ladies and gentlemen. And whatever I have been saying, if you watch the live streams at 10 p.m. Eastern every evening, I keep telling everyone he's going to continue these victories, whether it's a 9-0 unanimous Supreme Court victory over despots and totalitarians and authoritarians and tyrants who want to ban him from being on state ballots. Okay, that's what despots do. I thought that Trump was the totalitarian. I thought Trump was the mean monster who wants to trample on our republic, who doesn't care about the rule of law. Well, we got a unanimous Supreme Court victory overturning the Colorado ban. Like I said, I told everyone it would be unanimous. I'm telling everyone that he has already essentially won a partial or complete immunity decision. So a partial immunity decision, he's already won. The oral arguments in April and then June, you'll get that huge monumental victory for Trump. This is about basically Democrats, or you could say tyrants, totalitarians, despots, authoritarians, trying to bully Trump, trying to ruin this man, but he's standing up. Could you imagine if you had the entire American political establishment against you, in addition to state political parties? So the Democratic Party in New York is firmly against Trump, using legal means, the courts, jurists that are, let's say, always vote Democrat and never vote Republican, juries that never, let's say, ever in their lives voted for Trump, possibly, potentially, and yet Trump continues, despite the onslaught against him, to win. To win, 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 no matter what. To read my writing, by the way, in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. Patreon is below if you want to support my work long term. I'm going to try to do more uploads during the day. And like I said, we'll celebrate tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. What can I tell you? The link will be below to the live stream. So the classified data trial in Florida, he's a president with the power to declassify. Biden and Hillary with private servers that transmitted top secret intel onto emails. Nobody knows how that was even, from a cybersecurity perspective, even possible. That's impossible. It's like one of the greatest national security debacles of all time during President Obama's administration. Biden's issues might be even worse than Hillary's. Biden's might be even worse than Clinton's, because Clinton probably got tacit approval from President Obama. Biden didn't get approval from anyone to store classified data in, like, what, 4, 5, 6 locations, something like that. And the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the National Archives knew exactly where a former president was keeping his records, at Mar-a-Lago. That's why they raided Mar-a-Lago. And he had the power to declassify. And he was working with his attorneys, which he had the right to do, and negotiating with the National Archives, which he had every right to do. When they say, "Oh, he wasn't complying," yes, he was in compliance. Part of being in compliance is negotiating through your attorneys. He didn't take servers and destroy them, and destroy phones and cell phones with hammers. He didn't do whatever Biden did regarding hiding classified data at universities. So you have a complete double standard. The rule of law does not apply to Democrats, especially when it comes to classified data. But now they're trying to bankrupt, and like I like Bill Maher in terms of, like, as a human being. He's very intelligent, funny, but he is in like many wonderful, morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats. He doesn't understand how Trump keeps up these victories, and the issue is that, when, just using Bill Maher, but there are others, when you're a very intelligent human being, you happen to be a liberal Democrat, you don't realize that Democrats are the actual totalitarians and despots and authoritarians and tyrants trying desperately to ruin and bully an innocent man. You could say what you like about Trump's personality. He was never an operative of the Kremlin, simply stating that an appeal to authority, well, the intelligence agencies thought he was. Well, you could say that about Hunter, Joe, Hillary, you could say that about any Hollywood celebrity, any late-night comedian. They could come out right tomorrow and say, yeah, this person we think is an operative of another country or the Kremlin. But they went after Trump, accusing him of things he didn't do. They're going after Trump using statutes they never utilized before. They're trying to bankrupt and ruin Trump. It's not happening. They tried to imprison Trump before November of 24. It ain't happening. All he does is win. And it's unbelievable. And like I said, during the live streams at 10 p.m. Eastern, which they're really fun and awesome. And, I mean, you hear from a lot of, not just me, some really, really awesome, amazing people. But it's like, they failed to imprison him. They failed to ban him on in states around the country with a unanimous Supreme Court decision. They're going to fail with immunity because they're not going to set the precedent that future presidents can be indicted and prosecuted and imprisoned because of a speech. Okay? So you're talking about rewriting the Constitution just to serve morally superior, highly apoplectic individuals and Democrats. And you're not going to, the precedent, the Supreme Court precedent in Nixon v. Fitzgerald states that a president has absolute immunity from civil cases. So why that wouldn't transfer to criminal cases, especially if these are very broad indictments, ambiguous and broad, and they say that everything Trump did was beyond the scope of presidential authority, which is complete and utter nonsense. They'll lose on that. By the way, Jack Smith tried to take down John Edwards, Bob McDonnell, and now Trump, and this special counsel will be 0-3. So Democrats have failed to bankrupt Trump, and they've failed to imprison Trump. He's up in every poll, even Michigan. So he's up throughout the country. He's even competitive in Wisconsin, and, well, he's up in Wisconsin in some polls, but in Minnesota, he might win Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, people have had enough of Biden's administration. We have had a terrible economy and an atrocious foreign policy, and now everyone misses Trump. like I said they would. Hit subscribe. Be here tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, everybody. Thanks so much. Huge victory today.